This is a place that you come to get product.
Yes.
This is not a place that you come and walk through the door and say, can I just get the files? Hey everyone, I'm Matt, Client Success Manager for White House Custom Color in Eagan. Thank you so much for joining us, and I am actually here with Vicky from Seasons Photography. If you're just joining us, definitely stick around. We're going to be talking here with her about several different topics, and she's got a great insight into a lot of the questions that a lot of photographers have. I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, so I'm hoping when they come in for their consultation that they can see things and that they're gonna maybe be thinking about, they're gonna leave thinking, you know, yeah, I think this would be great on my wall here. I kind of like that one collage, and start thinking about how it could work in their space.
Yeah, for sure. So basically what you're saying is when you're having your clients come in beforehand, you're meeting with them, talking about not only their session design, but then you're also letting them know that this is a place that you come to get product.
Yes.
This is not a place that you come and walk through the door and say, can I just get the files? Okay.
Right.
So this is a discussion that you and I have had, and that I've had with several people, and that a lot of the White House staff has had conversations with people that are really going back and forth on what to do, you know, with a digital file or a shoot and burn, I suppose you'd call it,
yeah.
Versus a product. And I know that, you know, from discussions that you and I have had, that it is very important to you to deliver the full experience. So would you mind just kind of sharing your thoughts about that and how you're hoping that this will really set your studio apart?
Yeah. Yeah, so when I first talked to you, I was in that place where I was getting so many calls and people were saying, does that include the digital files when I give them my session fee? And I'm like, I've always been a print photographer, and that's what I love to do. Mm-hmm. I love to sell wall collages. And so I thought I need to revamp my business mm-hmm. to really be focused. So I'm trying to reposition myself to be the studio that is doing finished work for their home, so that when it's all said and done, they actually have something on their wall.
Right.
And right. I mean, I just feel like the digital files, the USB, is something that can be lost in a drawer, lost to the future. Their children will never see it again, or know where to find it, or even know it exists.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And this exists, and it lasts, and they can actually, you know, enjoy it day to day. So this is what I want to do, and mm-hmm. that's why I started talking to you about.
You know, and ultimately, a product-based studio is a sustainable business. Somebody who is a shoot and burn, it just isn't sustainable. You burn out, there just isn't enough hours in the day to really get you to where you want to be. So I really think that through your planning and your rebranding and your sales practices and all those things, you really are setting yourself apart. And I think that's super, super important. You've got a beautiful studio space. You obviously do beautiful work. Your presence online is wonderful. And in none of that do you mention anything about digital files. You know, and I think that it's very important, you know, that people do come in and they have that pre-consultation with you, they have that communication with you, because the last place that you want to deal with that question is once you photograph the session, when they're sitting over here doing a sale on that TV, you do not want to have that question at that time. You want people to understand going into it that this is an investment, it's an experience-based product. And I'm going to take you all the way from consultation to potentially installation. So I know that you use Studio, the White House software, and the Studio for iPad. How have you adapted your sales sessions over this last year? Because you grew like around 20% last year, if I remember about correctly. So you obviously were doing things even before you had, you know, really awesome stuff to show in your studio. So tell us like how you kind of made a step into adapting your sales, and what would you say is the reason that you grew by that number in 2020 in the face of COVID?
Yeah, so really where I started was with my pricing. Like I hadn't changed my pricing in 10 years.
Okay.
And I knew that was something, I not only needed to change my pricing, but I wanted to sell wall collages. Specifically, that's what I liked doing. And I was doing that, but I wanted people to know that's what they're coming here for. Like that's what the goal is, that they're gonna get a wall collage of some kind,
Yep.
portraits on the wall. And so I started with figuring out, what am I gonna sell? What do I wanna sell? What do I think people want or would work in their homes? And then how is that gonna be priced?
Yep.
And then I went to, now I know what I'm gonna sell, and I had it on my pricing. I didn't have samples in my studio yet. So all last year, I do in-person sales. I've done that for years, but I switched to studio 2 years ago, or whenever it came out.
Okay.
And studio is so simple to use, and I can easily build a wall in front of them, either like a sample room or a sample wall, or I can use their own wall if they get, if I have an image of it.
Yep.
And so I'm doing some of that with my clients while we're here in the sales session.
Well, I sincerely appreciate you letting us come and hang out with you today. It's been a blast. Seeing the studio around us now all decorated compared to what it looked like when we walked in this morning, it's super exciting.
It is.
Thank you for doing this with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we head out for the day?
No, just thank you. I'm just grateful for your help and for what you've done to help me get to this place where I feel more confident about what I'm doing, just having my pricing nailed down and what I'm offering and having it up to show people. I'm excited to see what happens when they can see it.
Awesome. Well, we will definitely check in with you on that.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much, Vicky. You have a great rest of your day, and we will check in with you soon.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for joining White House Custom Color on YouTube. Be sure to check out the description below for more information, and also be sure to subscribe for more exclusive content from White House Custom Color.